Hi my loves, how are you doing? I really love that we started the self-love challenge because I also think that it's so beautiful, not only to do it together but also for this very impulsive and heated full moon to come. It's very good to find yourself back in some daily mini rituals that bring you back to your ground and to give you the faith and trust that you can manage everything to come. All right, because like this full moon in Aries will be pretty heated, very impulsive, full with challenges. You may already experience some challenges over the last few days because the energy is still around, the energy is always like the days before full moon. It's also sometimes some days afterwards. And this is also the period of time where you may experience more challenges, more changes, as this is what this full moon is all about. All right, so let's get deep into it. All right, so let's start with everything that's around this powerful full moon in Aries. So in Berlin it will be on October the 13th, it's a Sunday, and it will be at 7 past 4 p.m. And we will find this full moon in the second house, opposing the sun in Libra in the 8th house. And at this full moon it's totally all about movement, challenges, and like in this big fire and heat of compassion and willpower, and also fighting for love, fighting for beautiful relationships and healing. We also find a big boom of transformation. You know that we are still in the phase of transformation, of healing, and in Libra season it's all about healing the relationship to ourselves. Like this is what it's about in this year. And at this period of the full moon we are pretty much tested when it comes to all of our relationships. Like also families are a big topic. Maybe you will have more contact in the period of time of the full moon with your family, as also with old partners or old friends, or friendships where you are tested of if this friendship still fits into how you want to live your life, because the values will be a great topic. This is because of the second house. So you will find yourself asking yourself, what do I value in all of my relationships? What do I value when it comes to the relationship to myself? How do I want to treat myself? How do I want to be treated by others? And does all of these relationships that I'm currently in, does these relationships still fit into or to myself? All right, and as it's a full moon, it's still all about letting go of what no longer serves you, of what no longer shall limit you in your growth. So we say goodbye to people and things and emotions and experiences that limit us in our growth to the connection to ourselves. And this is so needed, really. And let me tell you what's like all behind when it comes to the constellation of the planets. So there's a lot of movement and fire when it comes to Aries. Of course, it's all about our ego and our strong will. Like Aries is the sign, it's the first sign of the 12 zodiac signs. So it really wants to be the best, and it's always in movement. It really wants to get things done, and it's very impulsive, and it's sometimes very hard for like Aries people to be still and to do nothing and still feel worthy to receive, for example. And as it's the first sign, it's all about your identity, your ego. So you will be challenged when it comes to your ego and your values, all right? This could be while, finding yourself in situations where you were challenged to act in a different way, that your ego was built, like you already know that everything you are, you think, you feel, and how your reality is built up is because of your blueprint, your subconscious mind. And this also forms your ego, your personality. And the ego doesn't want to change. It really wants to always stay in the same energy. And this energy is mostly a limiting energy when it comes to your growth. And maybe you ask yourself, why is it all about change? And this is because we find the full moon in Aries squaring off with Pluto in Capricorn. And Pluto is the planet of transformation. And like with this combination, we really find ourselves in a powerful change when it comes to our emotional world, our emotional being. And like this is the challenge that we have to face, because our ego doesn't want to change, but these changes are so needed. Like every challenge is so important in our life, because it brings us closer and closer to who we truly are. And this is why we truly have to be flexible in this time, in this phase. We have to be widely open for all these challenges that will come into our life, because these are, these are signs of the universe. The universe wouldn't, give you all of these challenges if you weren't ready to go for them, And like for myself, just to tell you a little bit about how I experienced it, because I already had pretty many challenges over the last few days. Like even yesterday, I found myself sitting on my working table. It was late night and I was still working, and I found myself receiving a message that really made me so sad. It really, like in the second I received it, it was like everything was falling down, and I really got so quick into my old way of being, into my old blueprint of feeling so sad for myself, like really I was so such a pity, like I felt so bad and sad for myself, and I was like crying for 10 minutes. And it was good that I cried, and I'll let you know that I appreciated my feelings and how all of these messages worked with my inner world. But after these 10 minutes, I was like, okay, will I bath in my self-pity for, the whole evening, or shall I go back into my supportive and pushing, positive blueprint that brings me back into the now, into the present? Because you only have the present, and you can always decide how you react to messages, how you act, when receiving bad information or stuff like that. And you have the chance to make a change, And I decided to get back into the now and to accept what was happening, to appreciate my feelings, and that I reacted this way. I didn't judge myself, because judging would only made it, like more worse. And I just, focused on what was like the problem or the challenge. And I realized that this was a challenge, a sign of the universe, to grow, to make it different, and that I was ready for it. And it's on me how to see this problem, to see it as an obstacle or as an opportunity, you know. And I decided to see it as an opportunity. And yeah, I remembered that I was still in the process and that I should celebrate this process, because receiving this challenge opens, you know, like another portal of growing and of getting bigger, you know. And I had to have the faith that there was something else behind, you know, what I wasn't planning, but the universe was, you know. And sometimes we just, you know, believe that the universe knows it better than you know. And you know, like our ego is speaking like, but I know what's best for me and stuff like that. But no, no, sometimes you just don't. And sometimes just the universe, sends you opportunities to grow. It's that simple, you know. And it's in you how you react. And I decided to choose love over fear, and to not worry, but to at least at first try to have fun. And after some time, when you know, like, just get back to the focus and get back into the structured order, Pluto in Capricorn, you just realize that you really can enjoy this process, you know, because this brings you closer and closer to who you are, and who you also want to be, to your vision, you know. So yeah, a little personal story to that topic, because it's very current, you know, like it was just yesterday. And I decided to also worship myself even more. Although I felt less worthy in the first 10 minutes when I was crying, you know, I decided to really worship myself, celebrate myself. And just, you know, before going to bed, I made a meditation and I asked for signs. And I already got really many messages in the meditation. Then I draw some cards and they were like so on point, like very, very good. And then when I was like, you know, like in the bed and concentrating on myself, you know, doing some gratitude and stuff like that, I just got the answer. Like, this is exactly what you have to do. And this is just how energy is shifting when you are open for the change. All right? It's so, so important, and so important for this full moon. All right, babes? So let's get even deeper, all right? Because we will experience great luck when it comes to this change, because the sun is in a sextile energy to Jupiter, being in Sagittarius, and Jupiter is the planet of expansion, of great luck and fortune, you know. And being in this beautiful harmony connection, it really tells us that there is great luck in all of these challenges. All right, I think this is very beautiful. And when finding also the Sun and Jupiter in this connection, and the Jupiter being in Sagittarius, this also tells us that there's a good energy when it comes to making decisions of traveling, of exploring, of expanding your mind, is also your whole being by experiencing. And it also allows you to start a new spiritual education, so like everything around education, but with a focus on your mind and experiences. So when it comes to other belief systems, to other religions, philosophies, stuff like that. So also a great opportunity to start anything about this area. So also Mercury makes a great connection to Neptune being in Pisces. And this means that we are allowed to truly trust our inner voice. Like when it comes to all of these challenges and decisions, and also deepening the relationship to ourselves, we really are allowed to trust our inner voice as also the voice of the universe, because Pisces is truly like the sign of universe intelligence. So you can really have big faith in, everything you decide, you do. So we are truly connected to our inner voice. And I think that's very beautiful when it comes to the challenges, as also to decisions we make. It's a very, very good energy. And still something else that I want to tell you is that Venus is opposing Uranus. And Venus is the planet of love, of relationships, like the topic that is so around right now. And Uranus is the planet of individuality, of rebellion, of movement, air movement, of connections, also of future-driven ideas, of everything that's different. So you may, can expect some unexpected news when it comes to all of your relations, as also love relations. So there may be some unexpected news to pop up. And maybe you will also find yourself experiencing like an unexpected change when it comes to the relationship topic, like something that you really didn't thought to happen. And of course, like this news or also this change, it can be both. Like the opposing energy is mostly like a very, very strong energy that's kind of hard, but there's a big chance behind, so maybe this news, this change is very good, like very cool, but also maybe it's very challenging, and still this is a sign of the universe. You have to work through it. It's for you. It wouldn't happen to you if you couldn't do this. All right, so I guess this is it. So like all in all together, it's really about your ego, about the relationship to yourself, by being very open to other opportunities of how your vision is growing. Changes, challenges will come. It's all about also to silence your ego, to really go back to what you value and how you can bring it in a very good relationship to yourself and everything around. And also we find the rising sign in Aquarius, where it's still all about individuality. We still have the same, with Uranus energy, and finding the rising sun, like the energy that we have to go to, in Aquarius, what's all about individuality, rebellion, the future, it really tells us once again to make all of these decisions and challenges, choosing our individuality. And it's very, when it comes to the connection to Aries, the full moon in Aries, it really finds us sometimes very hard to appreciate and love our individuality and our identity, to truly love what's weird or special at ourselves. Always when I say weird, I don't mean it in a mean way, because I love to be weird, alright? I love nerds, I love to talk about weird stuff, for example. So weird is always a good word of mine. But We may find challenges in appreciating our uniqueness, and it's once again all about loving yourself and totally honoring and worshipping yourself in order that you can worship and honor others the same way, and that you can be treated the same way. So it's still the topic of love yourself first and you will be loved if you are seeking for a relationship. And if you are already in a very good and harmonizing relationship, it's still always good to appreciating yourself, because then you can give so much more to your partner. It's also you are more widely open for receiving all the love in return. All right? So I will go deeper in how you can work with this energy in the following video. Let me know if this helps you, and I'm happy to see you in the next video.